Say
Or
again?
is a call mark helping your business, or
I wouldn't say so.
no matters?
No, it wouldn't be helping our business. We're call marked as well, and the eyesight network is call marked, and so each individual office is marked on call mark as well. But I guess our eyesight's been running for almost 20 years, and we've been standardising the activities operators and the accommodation here pretty much every week. If we get bad comments back or feedback from clients, or we go and do familiarisations of the products and we don't think that it's up to standard, we won't book them. So I certainly believe that what we do in terms of our measures are much more robust, they're better than what Qualmark is, because we live in this town, we work with the operators, and we see them every day, and we look at their products every day. Qualmark measures them once a year, and I think they measure them maybe every 2 years they measure them. And that is the failure of Qualmark, in that they're not measuring them enough, and they're not measuring them on the things they should be measuring them on. And that is customer service, and that is certainly from a customer's perspective, they're not measuring it as well as they could. So that is one of the flaws of Qualmark, and the operators certainly, they pay a fee to Qualmark, but they're not really sure why they should be paying so much when they're not measuring customer satisfaction.
So do you guys have any certification? Do you have any certification about the quality of activity to show the guests?
With activities, they only have Qualmark endorsed. They don't have a star rating system for them. So all it will say is, yes, you're Qualmarked, or no, you're not. With accommodation, I believe they've got a star rating.
You guys have own your criteria to certificate.
Pretty much, we will sell everyone. We don't have an official certificate rating for activities or accommodation as eyesights. We don't. But I certainly think it's more on a more personal level.
4,000 products you have.
Absolutely.
And,
I certainly think the one place Qualmark does come in handy, and that's outside of what we usually book. So 4,000 products we sell. Of that, the products that we sell most, they contribute probably about 90% of our revenue, and they would maybe encompass maybe 1,000 of those, and we sell them regularly. The 3,000 that we don't sell regularly, if it's got a Qualmark next to it, we will use it over one that's not Qualmarked. So that's where it comes in useful for us, because at least someone has measured it. Even though it's not us, someone else has measured it. But what we tend to do instead is use the eyesight network, and we'll ring up the eyesight network in the next town over that we don't know so well, and we'll talk to our colleagues there, and we'll say, what would you recommend? You live in the town, you know what's good, tell us which one to book, and we'll book that one instead. And that could be Qualmarked or not Qualmarked, but we know that some local has actually been there, and they know what the good and bad points of that activity is, or hotel is, and we know the customer's going to be happy. Because we've had people come back from accommodation and it's been Qualmarked, and they weren't happy with it. And in our mind, we don't want people coming back, because that means we have to give their money back. That means we don't get any commission, and that means we can't pay our staff. So we certainly don't want people coming back. So I guess we've used whatever is the best tool to find out who the best operators are. And I certainly think the eyesight network, ringing up our colleagues in a different town that we don't know so well, is stronger than a Qualmark